including non-Python files with setup.py. How do I make setup.py include a file that isn't part of the code? Specifically, it's a license file, but it could be any other thing. I wanted to be able to control the location of the file. In the original source folder, the file is in the root of the package, i.e. on the same level as the topmost _init_.py. I wanted to stay exactly there when the package is installed, regardless of operating system. How do I do that?
Probably the best way to do this is to use the setup.tools package_data directive. This does mean using setup.tools, or distribute, instead of distutils, but this is a very seamless upgrade. Here's a full, but untested, example. Note the specific lines that are critical here. Package_data is addictive package names, empty equals all packages, to a list of patterns, can include globs. For example, if you want to only specify files within your package, you can do that too. The solution here is definitely not to rename your non-py files with a .py extension. See Ian Bicking's presentation for more info. Update, another, better, approach. Another approach that works well if you just want to control the contents of the source distribution, dist, and have files outside of the package, for example top-level directory, is to add a manifest.in file. See the Python documentation for the format of this file. Since writing this response, I have found that using manifest.in is typically a less frustrating approach to just make sure your source distribution, tar.gz, has the files you need. For example, if you wanted to include the requirements.txt from top level, recursively include the top-level data directory. Nevertheless, in order for these files to be copied at install time to the packages folder inside site packages, you'll need to supply include_package_data equals true to the setup function. See adding non-code files for more information.
To accomplish what you're describing will take 2 steps. The file needs to be added to the source tarball. Setup.py needs to be modified to install the data file to the source path. Step 1. To add the file to the source tarball, include it in the manifest. Create a manifest template in the folder that contains setup.py. The manifest is basically a text file with a list of all the files that will be included in the source tarball. Here's what the manifest for my project look like. Changelog.txt, install.txt, license.txt, preprocessor.py, readme.txt, setup.py, test.py, todo.txt. Note: while sys does add some files automatically, I prefer to explicitly specify them to be sure instead of predicting what it does and doesn't. Step 2. To install the data file to the source folder, modify setup.py. Since you're looking to add a data file, license.txt, to the source install folder, you need to modify the data install path to match the source install path. This is necessary because, by default, data files are installed to a different location than source files. To modify the data install dir to match the source install dir, pull the install dir info from distutils with. Modify the data install dir to match the source install dir. And add the data file and location to setup. Note: the steps above should accomplish exactly what you described in a standard manner without requiring any extension libraries.
It is 2019 and here is what is working. Despite advice here and there, what I found on the internet halfway documented is using setup_tools_scm, passed as options to setup_tools.setup. This will include any data files that are versioned on your VCS, be it Git or any other, to the wheel package, and will make pip install from the Git repository to bring those files along. So, I just added these two lines to the setup call on setup.py. No extra installs or import required. No need to manually list package_data, or in a manifest.in file. If it is versioned, it is included in the package. The docs on setup_tools_scm put emphasis on creating a version number from the commit position, and disregard the really important part of adding the data files. I can't care less if my intermediate wheel file is named 022.dev45 plus G3400 and 95A1F, or will use the hard-coded version number 0.3.0 dev0 I've typed in, but leaving crucial files for the program to work behind is somewhat important. Create manifest.in in the project root with recursive include to the required directory or include with the file name. Documentation can be found here.
If you want to see more, please consider subscribing.